Hey everybody, Brian Gallagher here again from Meg Business Management. I'm in my small little office here at my home. I like to keep it simple. I don't have a lot of distractions for you when you watch these YouTube videos because I want you to focus on content, because my mission here is to help you live the life you've always envisioned for yourself as a physical therapist. And for those of you who are staff therapists seeking to start your own practice, I am here to help you succeed in your startup practice, whether it be a traditional insurance model, a hybrid model, a mobile model, a PT model, whatever that may be. I'm here to help you, and my team and I are here, all of our resources. So for those of you who don't know us, we are Meg Business Management. That's our parent company. We are broken into 3 major divisions. We will do credentialing for you, we will do billing and collections for you, and we will do live coaching for you. We are a web-based, live interactive module where you get comprehensive learning, consistent learning, and repetitive learning through role plays, engagement videos. All of my content I've ever produced will be given to you, and that's all available to you on our website at www.megbusiness.com. So there you go. There's the infomercial side put out there. Let's get past that. Let's pick up from part 2 of our 3-part series on the components of a good executive. The components of a good executive, as you know, are entrepreneur. You have to have some entrepreneurial abilities, characteristics, and emotional traits. Manager, you have to be able to manage people and things. And clinician, you have to be a very good clinician because you have to be able to speak the language of the services you're providing. Now, that's not to say that I don't have owners who are not even therapists and they own PT practices and they're quite successful. But what they have is right next to them, the right-hand person, their partner, their junior partner, their chief operating officer, their clinical director is a clinician. And that person's involved closely with that owner in the development of all of their systems of operation so that the clinical component is always maintained, enhanced, and thought of in the development of any future processes or systems that you roll out. So we talked about the entrepreneur, finding a need and filling it, going from thought, idea, concept, execution. Now, once you get into execution, you're moving into the manager side of your brain, right? Because I think of myself as a physical therapist, private practice owner for, I don't know how many years I own clinics, 23 years or whatnot. I've been a therapist for 30 years. So I kind of really live and die in heart and soul as a clinician, for sure. But my entrepreneurial brain never shuts off. I'm always thinking of the next new thing and how can we make this better and what vertical should we develop that we don't have now? What does our community need and want that it doesn't have right now? What cash-based services should I bring in? How should I evaluate these cash-based services based on survey data or based on pro forma, right? Profit margin and cost effectiveness. Can I support having a high quality, high priced person delivering this service? And does the community have the bandwidth to afford that or pay for that? Do I live in such an area? So entrepreneurial thoughts and ideas, and then they quickly transfer into managerial thoughts and ideas because the manager is the person who's trying to hold the status quo. The manager side of you is trying to set everything up on the shelf, dust it off, and keep it in its place. Make sure that every bottle is there and full and ready to go whenever the cook or chef needs it, right? All the seasonings and spices and sauces are there. A manager manages the kitchen. Make sure that the resources, staff, time, energy, effort is all there so that you can produce the product that you want to produce. So talking in PT terms, the manager's job is to track the viability of the services being delivered and, maintain the internal environment in compliance with our standard operating procedures. See, when you're a successful private practice, you've hitched your wagon to a set of standard operating procedures. Kind of like when I think about that, it's kind of why Meg Academy keeps growing and developing and being more robust, is because I want to continue to introduce you to the most cutting edge, time efficient, highly productive, and extremely viable operational structure for your PT practice, whether you have 5 offices, 555 offices, or you're a startup and you're just looking to open your doors in 6 months. It doesn't matter. I can help you, and I have for the last, since we started Meg in 2006, helped thousands of therapists at this point create the ideal structure with the optimal chairs, hats and posts, posts, and then the hats, the doingness to that position, so that you can attract the best and the brightest people to put in that chair. See, that's the manager's job, is to manage the flow of services, PT services, through systems of operation and standard operating procedures. And your job, your component as a manager, is to manage the satisfaction, well-being, and professional enhancement of all of your staff. Because as the CEO of your practice, and I don't care if you're 5 people in a 1,500 square foot office or if you have 55 clinics, the responsibility is still the same. You need to lead, educate, and motivate. Now, how do you do that from the manager component? You have to ensure that your staff are both growing and developing both personally and professionally. Now, what good would this video be if I didn't give you some actual tokens of application, right? I'm not a big one on consulting. I think consultants are dead, or no, I don't mean it like that. I think consulting is dead, and I don't think you should put any emphasis on learning and teaching and consulting. That's ridiculous. You're going to walk away with 10%. The emphasis that I have found that works for the practice owners that I've worked with, or people in general on this planet, is if I can train you to learn something new, so you can totally conceive of the concept, give you the tools of how to apply that new concept, well, now you have a new skill. Now with a new skill, you can achieve new things. You can go to a higher level. You can accomplish more in your life. You just might be able to live with good work-life balance. Not just the younger kids saying that. I mean you too as an owner. You might have that good work-life balance. As a matter of fact, you might have financial stability, time flexibility, and when you add those two together, you may actually be living your life with freedom. And that, to me, is why we get out of bed every day. I don't care if you're a staff physical therapist right now, or you own 55 or 155 or 500 clinics. The goal should be to live your life with greater freedom, because freedom gives you the time, energy, effort, and resources to immerse yourself in that which you value most in your life. Being a good manager gives you the organization, gives you the tools of application, so that things run like a Swiss watch, well, like my Apple Watch, right? Everything is always there. It's always telling me what I need to do. It never fails me. A good manager has great prediction. Now, how do you become a good manager? Tool number 1, you need a management action plan. It's a form, it's a document. All of my MEG clients have it. It's called a MAP. We call it a MAP, Management Action Plan. You must run every single employee in your company off of a weekly management action plan. It's not a to-do list. Now, maybe some of the techs and part-time people and that, okay. But all of your staff therapists, clinical directors, office managers, front desk coordinators absolutely need to be running on a MAP, because a MAP holds them accountable to their production for the week. Look, I don't care if somebody comes to work and rubs a crystal on their head all day. I am not exchanging time for money. I am not interested in paying people for their doingness. Oh, they did this. Oh, you did that. Okay, good, Sparky. Fine with that. What was the result of that? Why are you doing that action or activity? What are you to be producing as a result of those actions or activities? Case in point, front desk coordinator. Answer the calls, schedule the patients, handle the over-the-counter collected, handle the reschedules, meet and greet them, get them the information so we can get good insurance verification, authorizations, reauthorizations. And what's the end result of all of those actions? Obviously, I got to train them on all those duties, correct? And that's why I created Meg Academy, because most people don't have the skills and ability or time to do that training. So now you just put them on the front desk coordinator certification program, or put them on the office manager certification program, and I'm going to teach them 85% of what you would be doing anyways, and then you'll have that little 15% of your own company culture to put in there. The point is, you're going to still train them on the application of how to effectively and satisfactorily do the doingness of their job, but they must be mindful of what the product is of that. You know, all patients arriving as scheduled on time throughout their entire duration of care. Guess what? That's all I want to pay for. That's all I want to pay my front desk receptionist for. I want 100% of the money due each week collected over the counter. Yep, product number 1. Product number 2, I want all patients scheduled. I want all patients arriving as scheduled on time throughout their entire duration of care. All of the training I do, all of the doingness actions they do is to achieve those 2 products. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying? That's why our training is not consulting or teaching, because that is dead. It is training, giving you the skills to get your products with greater efficiency and less effort and greater confidence and certainty. If you feel like you're doing adult babysitting with your staff, chances are you are. And it's because the person you're trying to work with, either you're teaching them stuff, which is ludicrous, or they have a low level of responsibility. They don't have the degree of accountability for the position. They just think about themselves. They're not thinking about how and what they do affects and relates to other things because they don't get the bigger goal. They don't understand the bigger product that they're a participant in. That is your job, CEO. That is the job of a manager. Managers manage systems, processes, plans, programs, targets. But you need tools like a map. You need tools like a hat folder where somebody participates in writing the hat folder. You need to be managing by statistics. What are the primary statistics for that division or that department of your company? What are the sub-statistics that, if achieved, would get you more primary stats? There's 64 key statistics in a PT practice. Do you know them all? Do you know the 5 divisions? The 5-divisional structure is going to give you the ability to run your car like a Ferrari down that bridge because the pylons are solid, the guardrails are in, and the asphalt was laid properly. So that's my message about you being a PT manager. If you want to develop better managers, if you want to be a better manager yourself, if you want to have those skills, talents, just get with me on the phone. Go to my website, www.15w's there, megbusiness.com. Just go to megbusiness.com. You can literally schedule a session with me for an hour. We can do a Zoom. I am not going to try to sell you anything. I'm going to talk about your practice, what your needs and wants are, and give you some options to look at and see what you want to do. If not, we become good friends, and hopefully I will see you at PPS, CSM, or any one of the state APTA chapters because I love lecturing and helping PTs develop as PTs, helping owners be the best owners they can so you live the life you've always envisioned for yourself. Thanks for listening to me here. I really enjoy these little rants and raves and I don't know what you call them, but I love being with you on YouTube and giving you some insight into how you can be a better executive of your practice.